Are you gonna be? Say that you're gonna be.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Um, how y'all doing? I wanted to make a little video because a little something has been on my mind. No, it's not. Anyways, I wanted to make a little video because, there has been talk. I don't want to make it seem like I'm clout chasing because I don't clout chase in my videos. I don't have to, and I don't want to, and I don't need to. But, there's been talk about, the big YouTuber, Sheraseven, and a lot of people have been wondering, like, is she deceiving her audience? And we all know that majority of her audience is women, and she gives dating advice and stuff about how to get men, how to get their money and stuff like that. And she does give a lot of good advice, you know what I'm saying? I've taken in some of her advice and stuff like that, so I'm not going to, completely, say that she don't know what she's talking about. But it makes me question, is she being completely truthful with her audience? Because I noticed that a lot of times when, especially, because in her older videos, she didn't do lives. She just did, regular recorded videos or whatever. And she seemed more authentic. But now I noticed that when she does lives and when she's talking about certain things, she usually looks off to the left or to the right, and she never really looks directly into the camera when she's talking or when she's talking about a certain subject. So it makes me question, like, is she being truthful, completely truthful with her audience, and is she deceiving them, or is she giving them, forceful advice, that is going to work for them? But I was reading, Lipstick Alley, and they had like a whole thread about Sheraseven, and a lot of the things that some of these ladies were saying, I kind of took in, like, maybe, they're telling the truth or whatever. And I'm not going to say I dislike Sheraseven. I like Sheraseven, but I have noticed that, some of her live streams are repetitive. She kind of talks about the same things over and over and over again. So I can never really get into her videos like that because she repeats herself over and over, giving the same advice, on how to get money out of men, how to level up. And it's just like, okay, whatever. But, it makes me question, like, is she really living this lifestyle that she is trying to, basically tell other women, how to get out there and do what she's doing? But, does she take her own advice? Does she follow her own advice? And I'm not going to sit here and say that she's a liar or anything, but, in a lot of ways, you kind of have to, question a lot of these dating coaches and stuff like that, because I don't know, she could just be bored. She could be just a bored housewife, and she figured, why not, make a YouTube channel, where I'm giving dating advice or whatever, and on top of that, get paid for it, and I'm not knocking her hustle at all, but, it's just like, it just makes me question, her motives or whatever, And at the end of the day, these women are grown women, so it's not like she's forcing them to do anything or follow her advice or whatever. It's up to them. But it just makes me question, like, is a lot of the stuff she says realistic? You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of the things that Sheraseven says is not realistic. I just don't feel like it's realistic because, I feel like she kind of lives in her head, and she has like this fairy tale of how life is supposed to be, and she just, that's what she portrays to her audience. And it's just like, you know, life is not a fairy tale. It's hard out here, you know what I'm saying? And it's cutthroat out here. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, especially women, they put up with a lot of shit. They go through a lot of things when it comes to dealing with men. And these women who, you know, do have sugar daddies, you know, do have men that are providers or have husbands or whatever, you know, they put up with a lot of shit that, you know, it's not something that I would want to have to put up with, you know, just, you know, for money or just to get money out of a man. You know, I'd rather just go out there and get it on my own, because, you know, who wants to, you know, have to deal with somebody else's bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be controlled by anybody. I don't want to be controlled by a man. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. And, you know, I do believe that a lot of women, they trick, they, you know, sell pussy, sell their bodies and stuff like that to these men to get money from them. And that's just not something that I'm on. I've never been into prostitution, however you want to call it, gold digging, escorting. Well, I'm not going to say gold digging or whatever, because, you know, all women want a man with money. But, you know, I'm just not into sleeping with men, you know, for money, or it's just not my thing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, that can lead to destruction, you know, depending on, you have to really know the kind of man that you're dealing with when you're trying to finesse a man, because, you know, people are crazy these days, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you go about things in the wrong way, I feel like, you know, that could cost you your life. And certain things I just choose not to put up with or deal with, because if it's going to cost me, you know, my sanity, my health, you know, if it's going to cause me emotional abuse, if it's going to make me feel some type of way, if it's going to cause, you know, me to get my heart broken, you know, I don't put myself in certain situations. But, you know, it just makes me question, because I noticed that Sheraseven does that a lot, where she'll look off to the left or look off to the right, and sometimes she'll have like a smirk on her face, and it just makes me question, like, you know, are you like trying to finesse these women or whatever? Like, I don't know, but, you know, YouTube is her job or whatever, and I'm not knocking her hustle, and I'm not trying to tell anybody to not follow her or to not take her advice. But, you know, it's just something that just came to mind. But, you know, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on here trying to bash anybody or trying to be a woman basher or whatever. You know, I ain't got problems with nobody, but take it how you want.